Hey RWBY fans, welcome to the RWBY interviews that we have here at RTX 2015. I am here with Kerry and Miles. How are you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic.
Thank you guys. So the RWBY panel yesterday, first of all, it was amazing. What was it like watching fans react in real time?
It never gets any worse. I mean, like it's always like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Every year I think like, oh cool, it's like I'll just see the fans this year. It's like no, every single year it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, you think you'll get used to it.
Yeah.
You don't.
No.
It's awesome. It's fantastic.
Now, what were your guys' biggest takeaways from Season 2, both from a writing and technical standpoints that you're taking with you into Volume 3?
I think from a writing standpoint, I think we're just we've been working on pacing of episodes and just like trying to make sure that every episode feels like a whole. So I think people are going to be really excited about that this year. From a technical aspect, we are, since the beginning, this is a 3D show, but it looks very 2D. So we've been slowly honing in on an animation style that will reflect that, especially for the dialogue scenes. And I think this year we're really hitting it. So I think people are going to really like it.
Yeah, as we've said before, we have this really amazingly huge story arc that we've planned for RWBY as a series that we've kind of been working with since the beginning of all of this. And I think, in volumes 1 and 2, we had a lot of setup, we had a lot of, exposition stuff. I think what we've learned is like, it's ready to get started with this stuff. We've been kind enough to have fans that are like, they kind of get they're building towards something. Let's see where we're going. Not to discredit 1 or 2, but I think you'll see right out of the gate that we are hitting stuff so much harder.
Turkey's done. It's coming out of the oven.
Yeah, and now we're gonna drizzle it in deliciousness and spices and.
Well, I mean, you really gotta do that while you're cooking it, or you're just gonna dry it out.
I'm losing this cooking metaphor.
And then punch someone with it, right?
Exactly. Just bam.
So we have the upcoming tournament, which is going to be probably, I'm assuming, a big part of Volume 3. With the tournament, we have new characters and new teams being introduced. How are you guys balancing introducing their characters but still developing the story and the characters we know and love?
Saying it's a balance is a very good way to put it.
Yeah.
We're hoping that the characters will really speak for themselves when they're fighting with their fighting style, and that people get a kick out of it that way. It's the kind of thing too where we have so many characters that it's already balanced, and we want to make sure that all of our current characters progress. But there's definitely been some that, as we've been writing them, we've already fallen in love with them. So. We'll definitely be seeing a lot of these characters again in the future as well.
You'll have your fair share of fights that there's some drama there. There's something on the line, and then you'll have your other fights where it's just kind of fun, and we're just here to really show off some cool moves, some cool music, and some cool costumes and stuff. So it's a balancing act for sure.
Now, again, going off of pacing and talking about the tournament, how has it been collaborating with Shane this season to create those fight choreography?
It's been great. We do our best to, in the script, kind of lay out like, hey, here's some cool beats that we think will happen. Here's kind of like an overall progression of the fight, and then he takes it and adds a ton to it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that episode 1 fight that, he just came up with his own, and it's turning out great.
Yeah, we've been having fight meetings regularly where, we get a bunch of people in a room, and, it starts with what we have on the script, the big story points that we have plotted out, and then it's just kind of a, like, no bad ideas room kind of thing. Like, what about this? What about that? Oh, a giant snowball. Oh, but then there's this kind of shot and skateboard. And, it's just like, if everybody in the room is really feeling on it, then we know we've got something good and we want to go with it.
Yeah, we actually just last week handed off one of the other fights to 2 of our other animators, and the second they got it, they're like, okay, cool, here we could do this thing and this thing. I mean, everybody's so excited to just work on this project.
Carmichael Simon, who helped with the fight choreography in Red vs. Blue Season 13, has actually been coming by the office and teaching all of our animators how to build a fight from square one. Mm-hmm. Has been teaching them, talking about like choreography to a rhythm, to an 8 count, what kind of moves, close, far combat, and it's funny, they'll go into a room and practice for a while, and then when they all come out, you go back in and it's just like humid and hot, and you're like, oh, they were working it in here. And it's been really cool to see them progressing.
Now, another announcement you guys made at the panel yesterday was the expanding cast. You cast Elizabeth Maxwell as the role of Winter and Vic Mignogna as the role of Crow. Did you guys always know that you wanted them to play those characters, or did it just kind of happen that way?
A little bit of both. We've been talking to Vic for a while now. He reached out to us, and we were immediately like, hey, yes, let's make this happen. And, right around the time it was starting to happen, we were like, hey, so we know we're gonna have Crow this year. Let's talk to him about it, and it just really worked out. And for Elizabeth,
Cohen?
Cohen actually, our producer Cohen Wooden, he introduced us to her, and we were immediately like, hey, we have something we'd like you to read. Just because her natural speaking voice is actually her. Just the way she talks, her inflections are very similar to Kara, actually. So it really worked out. It was actually really great fun.
Yeah, she sent us her first reads for the audition, and we got that email, listened to them, and
We're
I
just
think
like, done.
we knew it's like that. She is Winter Schnee,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And we've had several recordings with both of them
Yeah.
already, and it's so much fun. It's so cool getting to work with them.
Is everyone still recording individually, or have you gotten a chance for everybody to come in and record together on occasion?
We are so packed at Stage 5 that no, everybody, we don't have a space big enough for that yet, so everybody's still doing it individually, but it's very often that we'll have people listen to, the animax as we're going and that kind of stuff, so I think it's still going to feel pretty natural.
Everybody still has something to work off of.
Yeah.
So also going back to the writing standpoint, you guys touched on a lot of themes in Volume 1 and 2, most of which involve growing up, man versus nature, coming to terms with your decisions. What other themes are you looking to touch on in Volume 3?
I'm trying to think of what we can actually talk about, though.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I said themes, overarching themes.
No.
Yeah.
I guess one of the things we can reiterate from the panel is that there's a lot of times, especially with stories that are aimed at a little bit of a younger audience, that the stories grow and mature as the audience does, and I think that people see a lot of that this year, Ruby.
Yeah, it's not necessarily anything like the show will be getting more
No.
vulgar or anything
No.
like that. We still want to keep it open to a wide audience, but yeah, we're going to be maturing some of the things that we deal with and setting our characters through the ringer.
Yeah.
We've
a good way to put it.
we've got a lot of story left to tell with Ruby, and no story comes without challenges and obstacles.
Yeah.
Good answer. I like that. Now, incorporating fans and fan creativity into each of the volumes has always been a big part of the show. Last year we had the fan contest for Velvet's costume. In what ways are you guys looking to incorporate fan creativity in this season?
Well, one of the ones that's already happened is we actually had a group of 4 girls that were Indiegogo backers for our Laser Team campaign, and they flew out and we designed a team with them. So they're going to be appearing this volume, and they did a great job. They basically sat down with Patrick, our main concept artist, and was like, let's create some characters. And they were really big fans, so they had thought a lot about it ahead of time. It was actually really cool.
Yeah, they were really awesome. They were really sweet, and
They're so nice.
And yeah, the fight that they're in is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk to us. Where can fans go if they want to find out more about what you guys do and more about Ruby?
They can always go to roosterteeth.com, the hub for everything we do.
Yes, and if you'd like to find us on Twitter, I am at MilesLuna24.
And I am at Kerry Shawcross.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks.